So my name is Amy Groven, and I've lost 106 pounds on the program so far. I was really sick. I had been ignoring all of this weight gain that had been accumulating over the years, and really ignoring my health a lot. And in 2021, I got really sick. I am a very doctor phobic person. I don't I don't like to do the doctor. Um, but that was a wake up call for me of like, I need to start really looking at my health. And, my labs weren't good. This was the first step in me saying, okay, like I really actually have to take this seriously and get this done, and do it for my health and because I deserve it. I think I had really low self-esteem for a long time that I was, ignoring as well, and using food as a way to kind of cope with that. So it was, I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to lose all the weight that I lost. I'm still like a little, it's weird when I look at clothes when I go shopping. I'm like, this is never going to fit me. And then I tried it on. I'm like, holy shit, it fits. Um, there's been a lot of wonderful surprises along the way as well. But really, it was me finally taking my health seriously after getting sick, pretty sick. Yeah, I've tried ketogenic diet before on my own. I've tried the South Beach diet. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried them all. And the one thing that they didn't give me that I really got here was changing my relationship with food. And I don't think that that's really talked about in a lot of diets and things like that. I think we talk about, oh, eat these things and these other things are bad, right? And that's not really what I learned here. What I learned here is like, you need to give your body proper nutrition. And that foods aren't necessarily bad. You just, those are foods that are not nutritious. They're not going to feed your body and make you feel good. So that was a big thing that I got here that I didn't get at the other diets that I've tried. I kind of knew what to expect. My best friend, who we had been best friends since we were like 11 years old, she did this program before me and she lost 100 pounds. And so that was pretty amazing to see how quickly she lost the weight and that, like she was really doing it. It was like a real thing. So not just a celebrity on television, advertising something. I was not expecting as much acceptance as I got here. Even though I think like consciously I knew like, of course they're going to be accepting there. This is, that's what they're here for. But it's like true support that you get in the classes, and real information that I think I was lied to about a lot in my life about, what food really is and what's healthy and what's not healthy. And that relationship that you have with your food and how does it affect you? How does it make you feel both physically, but emotionally, and navigating like all of the social things that we have around food, right? Like holidays and birthdays and work outings, right? People want to go to lunch or to coffee, and those are not always like the healthiest things. So learning how to navigate that and really rebuild your life in a way, like that was pretty surprising to me that was a part of this program, that there's a way to rebuild your life so that it's not centered around food, that food feeds you rather than you living your life, to enjoy food. That was pretty surprising. And then, again, I was very doctor phobic, and having to go get blood draws all the time was like, the least favorite thing I could ever think of doing. But my doctor, Shelly, sorry. She was amazing. And she would tell me things that I think other doctors either would gloss over. I didn't do this program perfectly. I went up and down with my weight as I, kind of went down altogether. But, I thought for sure there was going to be some lectures in there, and there was never a lecture. There was always support. There was always, okay, so what can we learn from this? How can we move forward? So that was, she really changed my outlook on doctors, honestly, because she was just so fantastic. What I enjoyed about it was surprising. And that was, in the beginning, I did option 1 only, and I did it for a long time. I did it actually until my doctor told me, like, Amy, eventually you're going to have to eat real food again. You should learn how to do that while you're on the program and still in weight loss. And honestly, option 1 was the easiest thing on the planet for me. It was so nice to not have to think about food. I don't have to make a choice. Here are some flavors. I like them all. Close your eyes, pick one. That's what you're eating today. So that was surprising. I thought it was going to be very hard to only have these packets, but honestly, it made my life really easy. I think that I really had a block around it of like, oh, I'll never be able to do that. You'll always just eat whatever you want to eat. And it's not true. I'm learning that I can really like set up my meals and I'll eat those things and, stay on track. It's amazing what you learn in these classes. And then again, the support was really, I don't think that surprised me, but it was another good thing to have a part of this program. I don't think if I had the accountability combined with the support, I would have done as well. I probably would have cheated a lot more than I did. But knowing every week that I'm going to come back to this group of people and we're going to talk about what worked and what didn't work. And it really helped keep me on track too. So I knew that there was support, but I think that also surprised me about how effective the support was. I think that it would have been really hard for me to do in-person classes. I work at a hospital and then I have a private practice in the evening. And so it was much more convenient to just squeeze my class in between a couple of clients rather than like having to drive somewhere and, that kind of thing. So it was really convenient to do that. Yeah, I had a lot of inflammation, a lot of back problems. I was seeing a chiropractor. Well, in the beginning of the program, I was seeing the chiropractor like 3 times a week. Because my back was jacked up. But, now I hardly have any pain. I can tell when I eat something that I shouldn't because I'll feel inflammation. And that's a good signal to me. Like, I think I was ignoring my body so much before that I didn't even notice when I was in pain. And now I'll eat something that's like, oh yeah, that has an ingredient that doesn't agree with my body and I can feel it now. So that's good because I can steer away from those foods now and not just, continue to eat them. I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do before. It's weird things too. Like I fit in a plane seat again. I went to Disneyland with my husband a couple months ago and I could ride every ride. I didn't worry about like, oh, is this click gonna click or is it, am I, not once did I have to go. They have these chairs at Disneyland that you can, before you get in line for 3 hours to see if you can ride the ride, it's like, are you too big for this ride? And they're outside of all of the rides. And not once did I ever think I needed to go sit in one. I think before I would have been like, oh, I better try this one out. But it was great. It was great to just like walk around and enjoy myself and not have that be the thing in the back of my head. Same thing with planes. Like I'm always nervous, like, oh, am I going to have to ask for the extender? That's so embarrassing. But nope, I can cinch that sucker up and off we go. It's really nice. So things like that. My mobility has gotten a lot better as well. I exercise more now. I think even walking before was kind of tough. It was hard on my knees and I kind of huff and puff a lot. But throughout this program, I started exercising a little bit and I'm stronger. I can, do more endurance. Disneyland was a breeze. Actually, my husband had to keep up with me rather than the other way around. So, there's a lot of things like that. So yeah, less pain, able to move around better. My back feels way better. Sleeping a lot better. Things like that. At first, it was really hard when other people would notice that I would lose weight. And they would, like everybody at work would make comments about it. I had to tell my boss about being on this program. Actually, my friend who had gone through the program warned me about that. She's like, they're going to think you're on drugs. You better tell them you're on this weight loss program because you're going to lose it really fast. And so I told my boss and she was laughing because she was like, we probably would have thought you were on drugs because of losing weight loss. then people would be like, wow, what are you doing? You look great. Wow, you're losing so much weight. Wow, you're just disappearing, and like those comments at first were just like so foreign to me and hard to hear. But then I started to learn how to say like, oh, thank you. And, things like that. But I really was like getting sick and having multiple surgeries, unfortunately, that really was like, okay, you're going to die if you don't lose weight. I mean, I was pushing 300 pounds and really sick. I was only, how old was I back then? Like 35 and really sick. And it was a big wake-up call. So that was the moment that was like, this is not good. I have to do something about this for my health. I was miserable. I hated the way I looked. I hated buying clothes. I would try to buy all my clothes online because I wouldn't have to try them on at the store and, things like that. But now, it's great. I can go to a store and buy pants that actually will fit me at the store rather than like hunting down the plus size store, and maybe they'll have something that might fit my proportions. But even in plus size stores, they're, oddly made. There was a time when I was at work that I didn't have any pants that fit me anymore. And it was like, what is happening? Not like, and I didn't have belts because fat people don't need belts. Our pants stay up just fine. And I had to use paper clips and like fold my pants and like clip them because they kept falling down and I was going to end up like losing my pants walking up the stairs or something. So that was definitely a moment where I was like, okay, Amy, like this is working. You actually need to go buy new clothes and a whole new wardrobe. And then my friend came to visit me from out of town, and she was like, this doesn't fit you, this doesn't fit you, this doesn't fit you. Honestly, I think I was just like I was on the diet. I was in denial that I was actually losing weight. Like I was doing it and doing all this effort, and I was just like convinced it wasn't going to work. And so like with my own eyeballs could not see that like, yes, Amy, you're losing weight. It took my pants falling off at work to realize like, oh, I guess I am really losing weight. Seeing like, oh, I have a jawline. That's interesting, and seeing like, because you see your face staring back at you, and just seeing your own face like change over time was kind of an interesting, but it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I often think to myself like, why didn't you do this sooner? Even when my friend lost all the weight that she lost, she had been telling me for like years. She lost it probably 3 years before I started the program. And for years, she was like, why are you not calling them? Well, my mother is also in the program and she's lost 70 pounds. And so after she saw me starting to lose the weight and that it was medically monitored and that I was doing it in a safe way, she was like, what's that number? Tell me more about this program. What do you just drink shakes? Okay, I can do that, and so she's also lost a bunch of weight and is way healthier, and her labs are way better and things like that. This is a program that focuses on what are your needs, and here's how you get your needs met from a nutritional and psychological standpoint of your relationship with food. So I would say if that's what you're looking for, if you're actually looking to make a change and not just be on a diet, this is a program for that. And again, with support, accountability, seeing your labs and the actual improvement in your labs is amazing. I think that was another aha moment of like, whoa, this is doing something, even if it's not the body that I thought I'd have, like it's getting better. My, labs are getting better. I've never had good blood pressure before, and now my blood pressure is perfect, things like that. So if you want to improve your health, if you want to, again, change your relationship with food, have support, start building a relationship with yourself again is really a part of this program.